Do you know why these student protests across campuses in the US are so important? It has something to do with the 3.5% rule. The 3.5% rule states that we need at least 3.5% of the population to engage in some form of nonviolent resistance in the form of protest or civil disobedience over a sustained period of time, around 9 to 18 months. And 3.5% of the US population is around 11.5 million people. If you want to read the premise of the study, you can read this article titled Nonviolent Resistance Proves Potent Weapon by Harvard professor Erica Chenoweth. Important side note, revolutions have been won throughout history through active resistance which are violent. Because if you are actively resisting an occupation and you threaten US hegemony, you yourself will be seen as a threat, and therefore you will be met with violence. This is not what I'm saying. I acknowledge all of that. What I'm saying is, at the same time, we have to have non-violent campaigns that are sustained over the long time because revolutions take time. This 3.5% came from a TED Talk that Erica Chenoweth spoke at in 2013. She says, quote, "A surprisingly small proportion of the population guarantees a successful campaign, just 3.5%. That sounds like a really small number, but in absolute terms, it's really an impressive number of people. In the US, it would be around 11.5 million people today. Could you imagine if 11.5 million people, that's about 3 times the size of the 2017 Women's March, were doing something like mass non-cooperation or civil disobedience in a sustained way for 9 to 18 months? The Montgomery bus boycott lasted for 381 days, for example.